Okay, day 2, making a Dulcian reed. Yesterday we left the reed in this shape. We cut it kind of up to pitch. The low register worked, the high register worked reasonably well. The B flat worked, but it was still quite wild and unrefined. But most of the notes worked. So when breaking in a new reed, I always start before making it wet by sandpapering down, because after drying you will see that the reed is rough, all the fibers stand up. So the first days, probably 5, 6, 7 days, I always start with very light sandpaper, 400 or something, to smoothen it. And you do that before making it wet, so you have to think of that. So that looks good. And then make it wet. See what the crow does. Okay, could have a little bit more crow in the low register, but we'll see how it plays. Also, after day 2 it will not be a perfect reed. Of course it has to be played in, and every time when you play in you change a few things, but today we should get a big step further. That sounds already quite different from yesterday. The drying of a reed makes a huge difference. So in an ideal world, what you want to do is you change something with the reed, you let it dry and see what it does. Of course that will take forever, but that's the idea. So don't do too much at once, in one go. So let's check the same things as yesterday. The low register. All the notes work. Good. How fast do they react with a double tone, for example? Not bad. So the low register is not really one of my worries. Let's see the high register. So the C is much better than yesterday. That's good. Let's see what the D and up does. E became also better. F is okay, but the attack is tricky. The G. Not bad. B flat. Yeah, works. It's still quite difficult to control. So if it would be a vocal piece with holding a lot of high notes, I would feel not so comfortable. What is still quite thick is this. It's the sides, the extreme sides here to the front. I like those to be quite thin, the place where the sides touch each other. The thicker the sides, the more overtones, the wilder the sound. So in other words, the thinner the sides, the more they dampen each other and the rounder and warmer the sound will be. So it's a good trick to know if you have a really loud, wild reed and you want to kind of get a little bit more civilized, sides thinner. I use a knife for that, and I just, in long strokes, probably a centimeter from the tip to the tip. And a lot of this scraping, the result will be audible after you let the reed dry, not immediately. There is a chance that because of scraping the pitch goes down, because the reed can move more freely. So if it becomes too flat, then you might have to cut a little bit off the tip again. So this is all 3 corners, and then I'm really talking about the edge of the blade, not going in. And in fact, this is the first scraping I've been doing on this reed. So check if the tip is not too open. Let's try if it's already a little easier to control. Yes, also becomes possible to attack the low notes more gently. Of course, playing these low notes loud, that's easy, but soft is the trick. Let's see how they attack these low notes. Very good. It's leaking slightly on the vocal, so I make it once more round, 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 round. Good. That feels nice already. Then it makes a huge difference what you are going to use the reed for, what kind of repertoire. The extremes probably are playing bass in a Verschuren band, where you have to be really loud, otherwise you might be blown away. Might as well stay at home. The other extreme is to play maybe Dulcian as a bass in a recorder consort, like Pretorius describes in his Syntagma Musicum. There you need to be obviously much softer. Or in the end of the 17th century, when the Dulcian is the bass with violins in the repertoire of Buxtehude. Or sometimes you need to be really fast in Bertolli sonatas or Selma sonatas. So it's at this moment it's good to start to think, what am I going to use it for? How subtle do I need to be? Okay, I'm aiming now for a reed a little bit in between, to be able to play Castello or something. So let's start to check all the notes. And I do that in a chromatic way to check if they all speak and are reasonably in tune. That E flat, but it's still workable. Yeah, not bad. I think for now I would be able to play a piece on it. Yeah, so from this moment onwards I would start to play it every day, pick it up, when it's dry in the morning, sandpaper it, play it a bit, and it might get a little bit more stiff. The tip is maybe a little on the thick side, it looks like this, so maybe that'll be a little thinner in the future. But this is a good start.